Edgeworth! What's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? Are you serious, Edgeworth? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. Huh. Very interesting. So, if we are going with you being innocent, and you're telling us the truth when it comes to you being on that boat, and the other person just fell off the boat, and yet you didn't shoot him, then clearly there is more to it than what happened. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close. Yeah, I'm thinking that. It can be that somebody else shot the victim. Most definitely from somewhere near the lake, from the distance. Or a different boat, maybe. Then the other man fell from the boat. I cannot say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya.
Huh? What?
Any progress with Mia?
Oh. Sorry. It's no good. I know. I'm not good for anything, am I, Nick?
Oh. No, don't say that, Maya. You are a great help to us. Don't ever say that you are not good for anything. I mean, listen. Who was it that remembered that the victim was Robert Hammond? You! I mean, if it wasn't for you, then Edgeworth wouldn't have let us defend him. And he would more than likely be sent to jail by now. It is also because of you that we have come this far, so don't ever tell me that you are not good for anything.
If I cannot call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
No, we need you here, Maya. Don't you ever say such crap like that. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right?
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials, or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
Oh, everyone has their off days. Yeah, not to mention that I myself don't even know shit, like jack shit about trials and defending and all that. I don't know the laws, I don't know how the law system works, and yet here I am helping, so yeah. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out.
Really?
Whoa! Right! Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. We didn't mean to hurt your feelings. We believe you're a lovely guy. Promise me... Promise me that you will always think of us when you are in jail. Sorry. Oops.
And so you have met your biggest challenge yet, the god of the prosecutors. What will you do? If you won't be able to present some evidence in Edgeworth's favor soon, this case will end today. Just the thought of it is stimulating.
Well, you are right in that. If you don't present some form of evidence soon, and Manfred keeps having it his way, then it will all end today. And it had to be Edgeworth, the one who is accused of murder today. To think that Manfred would just go out of his way to prove that Edgeworth did it, even after being his mentor, is quite unscrupulous.
What a wicked man he is, that Manfred. I'm liking this bastard more and more. With that being said, a word of advice. Do not ever underestimate him. Everything he says and does is calculated. Your only chance of surviving the first day is cross-examining Lottie Hart and getting that solid objection as fast as possible.
Well, goes without saying. Alright, let's get a move on.
Oh, also, one word with you before we go back there. Something unrelated to this.
Well, if it is unrelated, can't it wait till we finish today's trial?
You are running out of time, Noby. Lord Oblivion wants you to pay your debt. Otherwise, back to the spirit world with us. It has been a couple of months since we ended our last killing game. So hopefully you put some thought to it.
I did. It's just that I still need more time.
If I were you, I would have done it right away. But it's alright. It makes it more exciting that way.
Alright, well, we are done here. Let's go.
Oh, another thing.
What now?
I know that it is hard for you, but try to control your goofiness during the trials. Keep at it and Manfred von Karma will obliterate you at the snap of his fingers.
Ooh, I'm so scared! Well, if that is the case, then I'm gonna do it even more! Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go out there as a mage, and do my magic spells, out of spite too. Detective, your antics are making me boil with anger. Let this be a lesson to you. What? Court is back in session. Mr. von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lottie Hart takes the stand? Lottie Hart, you are a research student at the university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please. Alright, well, at least Lottie Hart has quite a lot of backbone. Especially when it comes to someone like Manfred here.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Ah, great. Order! I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, he was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! 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 I will have order! Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant. Wait. Hold on. Like, hold it right there. Come on, man. Wait. Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? Photographic, pornographic. We still have a right to cross-examine the witness about the details of this murder. Like, maybe there's more to it than what we already know thus far. Maybe Lottie Hart is lying to us about some stuff. Hell, there can always be the possibility that the murderer has an accomplice too. Now we cannot let another potential criminal get away scot-free, now do we? What? What are you implying here, you pile of bones? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Maybe I do, Mr. Von Karma. Maybe I do. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder in asking meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick? Contempt?
Contempt of court, you know.
I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony?
I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on.
Yeah. I got a bad thing about this. I'll be brutally honest, Nick. I didn't notice anything yet. I only said that I found a contradiction so that we can cross-examine. Which means... one wrong mistake, and we're dead. We better make this count. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Alrighty then. Let's begin.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon.
Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day.
Huh? Yeah, well, yes.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really... Ugh. I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant. Witness, continue your testimony.
I was in my car.
Where are you now? Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures of you to use in my research.
What research? This all sounds suspicious. Alright, well, let's press further. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Really? What does the witness' motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. No. Wait, no, I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already! Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Christ.
I heard this bang come up from the lake.
So, you weren't looking at the lake at that time?
Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She says that already. I ask you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat.
Could he clearly see two men? Could he clearly see the two men?
Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you?
Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men.
Yeah, well, of course.
Really? The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something.
Then there was another bang.
Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright. Not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. Yeah, seriously. He has an objection for everything! Dude, for crying out loud. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Oh, he's hiding something. He is definitely hiding something. That or he's trying his best to end this case as fast as possible, because he's so bored of this. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... I swear, you show your finger to us like that one more time, and I'm gonna bite it off of your hand. Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I've... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. Oh god. Don't tell me that I pressed too much. Is this... But, Your Honor... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you will have to leave the courtroom immediately. Oh god. So you're saying that... You're saying that we cannot raise any objections, like nothing? But... This means this is the end of the cross-examining. Understood.
Nick! Now this testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean. But... if I cannot say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then, pass your judgment. Do it. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh. Who is that?
It was me.
But Maya? But Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lottie Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lottie! Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lottie! But what's the big idea? Treating me like some kind of criminal. I saw him. I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. Oh God. Oh no, this is bad, this is horrible! We don't just leave now! He is in contempt of court, and must leave. No. No.
Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent!
Huh. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? No. No, that's wrong! Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony! Of course! She never mentioned his name in the testimony. Is that right? Only after Maya's outburst she did. It is mandatory for the witness to testify everything. And yet, she didn't. She never mentioned Edgeworth. And there you go. That changes her testimony. And I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order, 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 order! And he is going to town with that order and the hammer, says Gyakuten. Order! 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 You're in contempt of court. It's too late for valid claims. Judge, sustain my objection. Oh no, he won't. We have the right to cross-examine her again now. And because of this, we're no longer in contempt of court. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
Yes! Yay, Judge! Thank you!
What? Miss Lottie Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
Alright!
But he's in contempt of court!
No, I am! If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me!
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
You mean... Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Thank you, Maya. We will make sure to do our best. Oh God, I have to step up my game. I won't make any mistakes from now on. We will get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry, Maya. Maya? I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in here, or else... Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Alrighty then. Phoenix, let's make this count. The last statement.
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, are you sure you saw Edgeworth? Cause I'm having my doubts, Miss Lottie Hart. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blatantly ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. Oh, you better watch it! What matters here the most is figuring out this case, and catching the criminal. And that is exactly what we're doing here. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it! If you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Fuck! Ugh. Damn. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. What will Maya say?
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
That's the only line. That's the only thing that she's saying in her testimony. Fine. You know what? Let's just cut to the chase right here, Miss Lottie Hart. I doubt that you were able to see Mr. Edgeworth at all on the boat. Why? Well, this photo right over here tells us exactly why. Objection! Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. Caught you like a bullfrog, Miss Hart. Remember what you told us when you showed us that photo yesterday? That clearly contradicts what you're telling us right now.
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
The photo I took?
The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart.
So?
This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. And if not even with the camera are you able to see Edgeworth clearly, then how do you expect us to believe that you saw him with your own eyes, through the fog, nonetheless? Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What? What?
Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Well, you know what? The cat is out of the bag, Mr. Von Karma. And because of this, we have the right to cross-examine her once again because of this. She clearly lied about actually seeing Edgeworth, when clearly she couldn't. And now we have to know why. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart.
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course! I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Alrighty then. We have another shot at this.
You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Binoculars. Alright. Well, you know what? We really need to be careful over here, Nick. Now, it is a matter of not pressing the wrong statements. If we press something wrong, then we may end up being penalized. So, we have to be careful. Let's see what we can press first. That would be the most suspicious. Let's see. So I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars, you say? Binoculars?
Yep, binoculars.
Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Indeed. And if you were, then I doubt you would be able to get any use of binoculars. Is there gonna be that much of a difference if you use those?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that?
Hey,
I got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. Oh, I beg to differ, Mr. Von Karma. I mean, let's think about this for a second. From what we have been told by the witness before this trial, the camera was put on automatic to take pictures whenever loud sounds were made. I mean, that sounds good. However, there is something fishy about the camera now that I think about it. And I believe it is the way it was set up. You cannot say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But note this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Oh boy. You know, this certainly reminds me of a particular case back in Danganronpa 2. And this certainly reminds me of one of the cases in that. Press further. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow. Maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about that camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of meteor shower.
Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing.
Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Ha!
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. She is a student that works with this sort of stuff, Mr. Von Karma. I'm having my doubts that she wouldn't think twice about the location at which she would take pictures. She wouldn't choose the lake, and especially not when there was a lot of fog.
Now wait a minute.
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth? No unnecessary comments, please.
When I heard that noise on the lake, I looked with my binoculars.